Okay, and here I've got some neuron code, which is going to first load in all of the different cell files that I showed. A lot of the loading is contained within these separate files, but it's going to load in the cell into the neuron environment, and then I'm going to do some setup for a matrix and load in the voltage file, which I just showed from the server, which contains the interpolated voltages at the center of each compartment of my neuron. I'm going to insert those voltages as an extracellular voltage on each compartment. And here you can see a multiplication factor, and it's this factor right here that I'm going to use to change the amplitude of the applied voltage and therefore the amplitude of the current input into the cell. Then I've got some more for matrices set up for recording the voltage at every cell at every time step. I'm going to record it, I'm going to write it out to a file, and I'm going to graph the results, which is contained in this .ses file, which loads all the graphs, sets it up correctly, and I'm going to output my voltages to a file. And right now I'm just using a test file because I don't want to overwrite any of my actual results that I've created. So when we run that, we'll see the neuron environment will pop up, and it will run all of that code, and then it will show, this graph shows the, come on, it'll, okay, well, I guess I can't drag it while doing a screen recording for some reason, probably some X11 bug, but this shows the voltage as a on the soma, which I just measured everything from the central compartment of the neuron, which is called the soma, and it shows it with progressing time. So you can see that here we had a spike in the cell, which was caused by our extracellular voltage being applied, but if we go ahead and we lower this multiplication factor, save that and run it again, we see that no spike occurred. Okay, and it looks like that one I can move. No spike occurred in the cell, meaning the voltage was too low in this case and we need a higher current. So what I did is I went ahead and I ran this a bunch of times through for different values of that multiplication factor so that I could find the threshold current for the cell at each placement level of the electrodes.